Hi, I'm Kathy Perret with the City of Santa Barbara's Water Conservation Program. Today I'm going to show you how to use the online landscape watering calculator. You can visit it at waterwisesb.org. So on the landscape watering calculator, the first step is to click on the map where your property is. We're in Santa Barbara and Goleta. So let's click there. And then it takes me to where those questions are that we checked out in your landscape. What do we want to call this? Let's call it our lawn zone. And there are different options here when it comes to type of plant. Warm season, cool season, low water using plants. Most of the grass in Santa Barbara is a warm season blend of Bermudas and different types of grasses. So we're going to stick with the warm season grass. So on step 3, we need to determine what type of soil we have. So we're going to step outside and check the soil. Now we're going to check the structure of the soil. We're going to use a soil probe. We pull it out, we'll get a sample of the soil. If you pull this out, make a fist, put your thumb, and you can see your thumbprint, it's clay. If you can't hold it together at all, it's sandy. Beautiful soil is called loam, probably in your vegetable garden. This particular lawn soil here makes a nice little ball, crumbles out, looks like nice soil, it's a clay loam. So that's what we're going to put on the watering calculator. We're going to select clay loam. Now let's go back out and check what kind of sprinklers we have. We need to determine what kind of sprinklers there are. That's really important because each set of sprinklers puts off a large volume or a really small volume of water. These sprinklers here, these are called pop-ups. They pop up. This particular nozzle puts off about 1.75 gallons per minute. So we want to know that the lawn zone has pop-up sprinklers. All right, well, we have pop-up sprinklers. So we're going to take and click the pop-up sprinkler tab, and that ends all the information we need to know. So we're going to press, please create my custom watering schedule. Shows our lawn, warm season grass, clay loam soil, pop-up sprinklers, and for summertime, our highest amount of water that we would want to apply would be 30 minutes in a week. We need to determine whether we want to water it 2 days a week. That would be 15 minutes each day, or 3 days a week. That'd be 10 minutes each day. 30 minutes is our max, and as the seasons change, we would adjust that time down. Well, we're going to add our second area, and we're going to call this the front yard. And we know that that's a drip zone because we were outside and we looked at it. And while we were checking our grass, we know that what we have are low water using plants, and that's one of our options, so we'll select that. We checked the soil with the soil probe and found that it's also clay loam, so we mark clay loam. And then the watering system is different than we had with the lawn. That was a pop-up sprinkler system, and this is a more efficient drip system. If you're not really sure which type irrigation system you have, each of these will give you more information. So this one's a drip irrigation, it explains it, and a bubbler will also explain what a bubbler is. So we're going to click the drip and let it create our watering schedule. When we look at our watering schedule, we can see that for the front yard where it's drip, we're needing to water it on an average for the really hot months here. It looks like about 45 minutes. And we want to decide whether we're going to water that 2 days a week or 1 day a week. These are a little smaller, so I'm going to water it 2 days a week. So I'm going to take that 45 minutes and divide it, and on one day I'll water it for 22 minutes, and on the next day I'll water it for a following 22 minutes. Then I'm going to watch it and make sure that that's enough water to keep those plants healthy. Now that we've got all the information about the landscape, we know the kind of sprinklers, the kind of plants, the kind of soil, we put it into the watering calculator. It gave us value for our lawn zone, which is program or station number 1 of 30 minutes for our 100% or summertime watering. We don't want to apply it all at once, so we're going to go with splitting it up 3 times per week. So if it's 30 minutes for the week, we're going to schedule our number 1 station or zone for 10 minutes. You go to the station, you hit the adjust, set this for 10 minutes, and then every week, 3 times a week on the days that we've scheduled, it will water for only 10 minutes. So now we know we've got our 10 minutes. Let's make sure of our days. We have Monday is on, Tuesday is off, Wednesday is on, Thursday's off, Friday's on, Saturday and Sunday are both off. And it comes on before 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll put it back up to auto, and it's good to go. What I'm going to do after all this gets inputted, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch my landscape for the next couple of weeks. If the lawn zone is looking really lush and green, well then I'm giving it too much water and maybe my system is just really efficient. If we come back out and the system, everything's getting really dry, we might want to increase for 1 minute. Each minute on a lawn zone runs 10 gallons to 12 gallons per minute. So every minute you adjust is really fine-tuning your system. But most of the time, this is going to be a perfect little guideline for you, and then you can customize it depending on your landscape. Well, now we're moving on to scheduling our drip zone, and most of that is more of a mature, drought-tolerant, low-water-using plants. And when we looked at the watering calculator, it told us we needed an average of a good 45 minutes per week. There was a high month in there, but you need to adjust that according to what your local weather is. So we're going with 45 minutes in the week. Unlike lawn, shrubs have much deeper roots and can be watered less frequently. Depending on how mature your plant is, you may want to only water it once a week, say for a hedge. Or if you have something like rosemaries or something that's maybe knee length or lower, then twice a week usually works. So we're going to go to station number 2 or zone number 2. And we're going to divide that 45 minutes and we're going to water it twice a week. So on that, you can't put 22 and 23, so we're going to water it for 22 minutes twice a week. I'm going to go down here at the zone number 2 for my drip. Just like on the other one, we'll hit the adjust button and you can hold it down so it goes a little faster, and we'll take it all the way up to 22 minutes. Put it back up on the top here so that it's at the auto, and then we'll check and schedule what days we want this one to run. So same thing, we're going to go Monday is off, Tuesday, use the on button, it's on, Wednesday's off, Thursday's off, Friday, let's put that on. Make sure there's nothing on Saturday and Sunday. Go back to the go button and we are scheduled 2 days a week, 22 minutes each time. So we just scheduled our controller with the information from the watering calculator, and that let us set it for our 100% hot time. And as you can see, the watering needs and the plant needs change as the seasons change. In October, we only need 20 minutes per week instead of the summertime 30 minutes per week. If you have a feature on your controller called a watering percent adjust or a seasonal adjust, you can use that as a one-button change, and it changes all the times in your controller. If you want to water it for 50% of your summertime, you change that one button and every single station will be reduced to 50%. If you're interested in learning more about the watering percent adjust and that simple little one-button feature, watch the video on how to do it on waterwisesb.org or on YouTube.